Stop broadcast. Button.
Oh, it's, yeah.
Stop audio only broadcast of camera selection.
Selection. Back camera. Camera selection.
Front camera.
Now we're on the front camera right now.
Yep.
Now we're good, Sheikh.
All right.
I'm just waiting on you. You want to like put it somewhere?
Yeah. Let me see.
All right.
Okay.
Landscape. Stop broadcast button.
No.
It's gonna talk. Don't worry about it.
Bismillah.
It's gonna take some people some time.
Okay. Bismillah. Alhamdulillah.
There we go.
وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. We're on Facebook
And Periscope.
and Periscope at the same time.
Like a submarine or something.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. What's up, brother?
What are you saying, Sheikh?
Abu Hafs Abdul Claire. That's moi. AbuShahadda.
Strictly Sunni.
Foster. C'est toi. What's up, brother?
What are you saying, Sheikh?
I'm good. It's good as gravy, dog. Good as gravy.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. You gotta move back a little bit here, Sheikh. Yeah, a little bit back. There we go.
Yes. Stay on here for
so
a minute.
we're here.
I don't even. This is my first time on Periscope, so
Okay.
this is gonna be fun. Cause my Twitter, they've been really showing me a lot of love lately. So assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to the Twitterverse and all y'all. Cause lately on my videos, it's just been very like it's easy when people are showing you love. You know, when they actually want to see you. Like Facebook, they don't want to see me like that. So Twitter, alhamdulillah, here we go.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm happy to be out here.
Alhamdulillah. So our topic for today is Boys to Men, the youth reform.
The singers,
No, not the singers.
they're not even here.
No.
I wouldn't mind that. They want to come and sing a cappella.
No.
In the still of the night.
No.
Come on, dog.
No.
Boys to Men, ABC, BBD.
Yeah.
The East Coast family. Now I'm dating myself.
No.
Which is why I sing like that. All right, what's the Boys to Men? Finish it. I interrupted.
So Boys to Men is basically a program that is much needed. And not only the city that we're from, Toronto, but all over the nation.
That's right.
We are finding that the Muslim youth are astray. They're going astray. They're being led astray. They don't know what to do.
Nope.
They're getting into all kinds of things that they shouldn't be getting involved in, brother.
They are. We know that. We've been out here for 20 years. Though.
So we offer is we have one service where we have some young boys that their fathers aren't in their life, and we just try to be a big brother to them, and we try to take them from boys into men.
Into men.
Is that important, brother?
That's very. It's better than the singing group.
Yeah, no doubt. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. No, this is Mihrab Center. This is the for the people who are on my Twitter feed. This is the Al Mihrab Center. And it's Dawah Dynamics, where our brother AbuShahadda does a lot of his cool work out here with the younger brothers and helping them, you know, as he said, go from boys to men and try to stay out of the jail. Because it's easy to, it's better to build children than to correct men, you know?
That's right.
Fix children than fix broken men. So we try to get it before they end up in there.
That's right.
And, you know, we're involved in a lot of different stuff. You got Mihrab Center. I'm working with Islam by Touch. Tomorrow I'm heading out to New York City with Guidance TV. There's all kinds of stuff going on. And we just try to stay busy and active. So talk about Mihrab Center, though.
Yeah, so alhamdulillah, some years ago we decided to try to, you know, get a little bit more serious and, you know, establish this. And we're trying our best to try to, you know, service the Muslim youth.
That's right.
One of the brothers wanted you to recite Quran on Facebook, but inshallah, we're here to talk
We'll
about
do that at the end.
We'll talk about the
Stay
youth
and tell people, inshallah, and share, and we'll do that at the end. How about that?
So the issue is basically is from the madrasa or the masjid to the real world, brother.
Yep.
From the madrasa to the masjid to the real world. We're finding that the Muslim kids are good kids as long as they're in the madrasa or the masjid. But as soon as they go back through those doors, because mommy and daddy expect the imam or the youth leader, youth workers to just, you know, package their kids and make their kids really good.
I call it the magical Dawah dust syndrome. Because they think that, like, if they come to the masjid, which is weird. They think that if they come to the masjid, the imam or us, you know, is going to come and just sprinkle some Dawah dust on your children and they can fly.
A lyrical, spiritual miracle.
Yeah, it's just supposed to just happen like that. Like,
it's not happening.
Basically, we're babysitters to a lot of them.
No.
Right? They come out and it's like, okay, this is the one thing that we see a lot of. The parents will say, okay, there's a youth program. So they'll drop the kids off and leave. Like, okay, you can't learn, like, you can't learn from the youth program either. You can't understand, because a lot of the disconnect comes from not understanding the culture. So Muhammad, his dad is from somewhere else, or his mom is from somewhere else. So both of them are from somewhere else. I'm not going to choose a country, because then people are going to think I'm singling them out.
Problems we call them.
Problems. I'm not going to choose a country, man, because then I'm going to get in trouble. But let's say they come from somewhere else. Now, Muhammad, little Muhammad or little Fatima or little Aisha or little Abdullah, they were born here in Toronto.
Yep.
They are more Torontonian than anything else.
That's right.
But pops and mom doesn't understand the culture here.
That's right.
You need to understand the culture in order to understand your children. You need to do that. This is something that parents need to do because y'all gave birth to them. We didn't.
Yep.
I didn't give birth to them. I was instrumental in the birth of my children. I was there for the important parts.
Yep.
And I'm going to leave it like that.
Yeah.
But my kids, it's kind of easy because their mom grew up here and I was born here. So we kind of understand it a little bit. So it's easy for us to catch our kids in some foolishness when they're doing that.
That's right.
If you don't know English good and your children can have all these little code words and all these little slang words, they can come to the masjid and behave for an hour.
Yep.
But then after that, they're on Snapchat or Facebook or Periscope
Yep.
or wherever doing whatever with whoever, whenever.
Yeah. Because some of the leadership, they're socially awkward with the children.
Yeah. They just don't. There's a disconnect.
They can't get it. They can't relate it. Just memorize your para, memorize your juz. Just memorize and very good. You know.
Yeah, and that's the start of it, but you don't know what you're reading.
Yeah.
You know, if you hear هذه جهنم التي كنت, like these ayat, this is the hellfire. You don't understand that. You just know that's what it says, and that's what it says, and that's it. So there's a disconnect between the actual text and the people that are learning how to read it and recite it. And this is where we have to have a human. Our brother Shadid Muhammad was saying that yesterday on Twitter. He said that we've forgotten the human aspect of learning these things. We've forgotten that Islam is brotherhood. A lot of it is brotherhood. So taking the kids out to eat somewhere, or taking them. We did a thing like that a few months back.
Yep.
A bunch of brothers went to a steakhouse and made a bunch of noise and ate a bunch of food, and it was brotherhood. It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
We do it. Me and you do it all the time.
Yeah,
we hang out and counsel each other, invent, shoot videos.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Part of it is that is this brotherhood that has to be there, and sisterhood too, inshallah, for the sisters. It's like you have to have that. When I first became Muslim, I was 21 years old.
Yeah,
I was a jacked up wrestler from Nova Scotia Trailer Park, but the brothers who mentored me, there was a bunch of them. It was more than just a lecture. We went out to restaurants. We went and slept at the brother's house, and we did a bunch of stuff. Ziyallah Khan, many of y'all know him already. Another brother who came out the nation, his name was Troy, and a bunch of brothers who helped us out and helped me grow to what I am today. If I didn't have that, you can't just lecture me.
No.
You can't just lecture someone like me. It doesn't happen that way.
Yep.
So this is part of what Mihrab Center is mentoring these young brothers so that when they come out the masjid, they're not just acting up for the imam and behaving while they're in the masjid. And then I remember this is what we used to hear, like brothers would be in i'tikaf, young brothers would be in i'tikaf in a local masjid in the city. And I know you probably heard this too. And then at Fajr time, they'd leave, because it's summer vacation in Ramadan. They would leave the masjid and meet their girlfriends at the parking lot to the masjid. She stayed there too, and he stayed there.
Yep.
There must be a disconnect if this stuff is happening.
Absolutely.
Talk to him.
So, one of the issues that we found over the years is that the parents, don't have a clue. And many of the educators, they don't have a clue. So, some years ago, there was one particular masjid. They have a lot of youth. And, mashallah, they got some educated people in there to come there and to teach some aspects of the religion. And, mashallah, maybe they have some more education, academia than me and the brother and some other brothers in the city. And mashallah, the girls that were attending the halaqah were just falling in love with the message that was coming off of these speakers' tongues. But the young boys couldn't take these guys serious because they don't have no street credibility.
Yeah.
They don't have no knowledge of the street. They don't know what's going on. So you're trying to talk to the kids about what's going on in the street.
He got a PhD, but he doesn't know how to deal with them.
So not only that, the guy who's giving the lecture doesn't know who's on the local basketball team, who's the #1 rapper in the city. They know nothing. So the kids, after they leave their masjid, they're involved in all this stuff. They're involved in basketball and music and hip hop and all this kind of stuff. And to say that doesn't happen, you definitely have to have something wrong with you.
Muslim kids don't listen to music, brother.
Yeah.
Muslim kids don't have.
So they're in denial. They're in utter denial, and the
not the river either. They're in actual.
So we said to some of these masjids, if you want, we can come and work. And they said, well, what credentials do you have? They said, well, we graduated from the streets. The Prophet said, "Khiyarakum jahiliya, khiyarakum Islam, idha faqihu." The best of you in the days of ignorance will become the best of you in Islam if Allah gives you understanding of the religion. That's our credentials right there. Umar ibn Khattab said, "Man lam ya'raf jahiliya, lam ya'raf Islam." He who doesn't know jahiliya, he can never understand, fully comprehend Islam. So that's our credentials right there. Oh no, brother, you're not Mutakhadij, you didn't graduate from Medina, you didn't graduate from Azhar, this is okay. Well, the guys who graduated from there, they're not reaching the kids. But if we work together and we have a lecture where those guys are there and we're here, or on the same panel, then we can reach the kids, we can discuss all the issues. But oh no, there's no time for that. So what they do is they're flying guys in from the city, from outside of the city, $3,000, $4,000, $2,000, $1,000 to bring a guy in to come give a couple of nice lectures. No workshops, just talking to the kids. No letting the kids talk back and building a relationship. So therefore, nothing happens. Years have been going by, 20 plus years, 25 years, I've seen it. Nothing's changing.
Nope.
Nothing's changing. So,
I remember when I was a kid.
boys to men, we just want to be their friend.
Okay. When I was a kid, I was a teenager, they had this, is that you?
Now go ahead.
There was this group of Christians, and they had rented a fire hall. It's a big, kind of like a dance hall kind of thing.
Sure.
On Friday nights. And they set up a basketball hoop in there, and they would let the young kids, it was mixed, it was boys and girls back then. They would let them all come into that place, and they would let them shoot basketball. And the ones that they saw who were kind of smart, who could collect an audience, like who were, talented, like the ringleaders of the group, kind of, sort of. They pull them aside and give them dawah. And of course, I was into Malcolm X then, so I would go in and I would go in and start quoting Malcolm and all these different things, and they pulled me aside, and they would try to give me dawah, and I would be like,
that's Malcolm X right there.
Is it? Rahmatullah alayh, Allah alayh. So it would be like that, where they would try to bring me in and recruit me, and they'd send me the pretty girls to talk to me and all this other stuff, and I'm like, you need to show me where I need to worship a human being. But the whole point of it wasn't the discussions I had with them. The whole point of it was they were kind to us. Whether I disagreed with them or not, I couldn't really be heated with them because they were so nice to us. Like, they'd give you food, and they would let you, drink juice or soda or whatever it was. They would be so welcoming and so kind to you that a lot of people took their message because of that. I didn't, because I kind of knew better, and I was reading Malcolm, and I was reading a bunch of different things, and I kind of knew better, but I still, even though I didn't agree with them, I still couldn't not like them because they were so kind to us. Now, a lot of times if you go to the masjid, like, what happens if you get a gang member in the masjid? He comes in the masjid and he has like teardrops tattooed on his cheeks here.
The Imam doesn't know what that means.
Or a black heart.
The Imam doesn't know what that means.
No one knows what it means, so they kick him out.
Yeah.
Brother, tattoos are haram. And he just got here. Like, at least let us talk to him, Yeah. He has a tattoo on his eye. Yeah. But that's something he did before. Yeah. Let us talk to him.
Al-Islam yujibu min kana qablakum.
Or the sister walks in and she isn't wearing hijab, so you give her crap because she's not wearing hijab. Like, let her grow a little bit. Yeah. Don't nobody come into Islam like that, like come into Islam full speed ahead and stay. Lots of people do it and then they leave because they run right through like the arrow through the target. So when you see these people in the masjid, be happy that they're there.
That's right.
And maybe get one of us or someone like us to talk to them for you.
That's right.
Don't just walk up to them and cuss them out because they're gonna leave and then they're gonna go back to the old way. Like,
okay, here's my third part here, Sheikh. Tough love. Mama birdie kicks out baby birdie, teaches the mama baby, feeds the baby, teaches it how to flap its wings, and then after a period of time, the mama birdie kicks out the baby, so out of the nest. So are we preparing our youth to become men and women to be able to get out and get on their own 2 feet, or are we just raising useless mans with no plans?
Useless mans with no plan, with no rod to Tingwan star. There was a sister who made me laugh yesterday on Twitter. And she said, what did she say? There was a person who she was quoting, and the person said, all the something like, I'm paraphrasing, said, women are more interested in doing makeup than learning how to cook. What's your husband gonna live off of? The foundation? So then the sister comes in and she goes, nah, let him live off of breast milk since he can't seem to live without a woman taking care of him. I was like, wow. Like, we learn how to cook. I know how to cook, sir. Like, that's one thing, honestly, like, when you, and I can't see, I don't have any eyesight at all. I have 0/20 vision, nothing,
Yeah.
zero.
I bet your food is good,
And you ate from me, right? I cook barbecue chicken, red beans, and rice. I can cook, dog.
Excellent.
And it's not just like ramen and
No.
craft dinner and
Eggs,
crap like that.
yeah.
I
French
can
fries.
make chili. I can make red beans and rice. I can make barbecue chicken. I can cook, dog.
So skill sets.
So
the kids
skill
need to
sets.
develop, yeah.
Skill sets, no kill sets.
Yeah. Mindsets.
Mindsets.
Get off
no.
your assets.
Get off your behind sets.
Yeah.
Your assets? Excuse
Yeah,
me.
Assets. Yeah.
Potty mouth.
Your assets.
Are people actually watching this?
Yeah, we got a few people here.
Is that?
No. Hey, listen, the imagination is very
Brothers,
big.
brothers be
Don't
following
think-
me in like
don't-
Indonesia.
Don't think we're doing something wrong.
Brothers be following me in like Malaysia and
Yeah,
need
yeah.
subtitles for the
Yeah, yeah.
for the talk.
So
But that's the thing is like raising. I'm gonna stay with this for a second. The thing is like raising people who actually know how to take care of somebody. You know, our brothers want to get married. Like that's you see this. Your new sister takes shahada and she got like 100 marriage proposals from brothers who are living in their mom's house. Like dog, you can't take care of you. How can you take care of somebody else?
Yeah, I'm start.
And we raise them like that because the boy, he's a little prince in the house. I remember I went to a house early on in my Islam, and I got this 25-year-old brother. He was older than me. I was about 21 at the time. He was older than me, bigger than me too, and older than me. And he got his 7-year-old cousin waiting on him. So she's bringing the food on the plate, and the plate's kind of tilted because she can't hold it like that.
Yeah.
And the rice is like falling off on the floor.
Yeah.
And people are giving her problems. It's like, okay, why can't he get his own blood clot food? Like, oh, come to man, cat. Like, get your own food, dog. Like, why? Why do you have to get up and
Wagwan.
Wagwan star? Right, ting ting star. Everything can't go so.
Can't go so.
Get your own bumba clot food. Go get your own
it's
food.
funny, it's
Why do you
funny.
need a little kid to serve you?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you? Your legs broke?
Yeah.
Your arms broke? I would personally feel bad if a 7-year-old girl has to bring me my food. I would feel the way about that. Because she's a kid. Like, that's a little kid. She shouldn't be serving you. She should be out skipping double dutch and whatnot.
So the mother has to
So you
realize
raise them like that.
the child there's the no
I'm gonna get in
longer
so much trouble for this.
no
It's okay.
longer is the child really a child. The child is 25, but it's not a
Yeah,
child.
it has a
anymore.
brain of a 10-year-old.
It's 25 years old and can't wash their own underwear.
Yep.
It's crazy.
That was terrible, dog.
25 years old and can't do your own laundry.
Proposing marriage to new Muslims on Twitter.
25 years old and can't take the garbage out.
Come on, dog.
25 years old and can't shovel. Oh, well, he's my child.
Yeah.
That's my son.
As a little kid.
It's my baby.
And then you got to find another young girl to adopt this guy.
No.
to
But how
raise
about
him
now?
up.
The kid, the boy, the child is 25, and the mom is still driving the boy.
Yep.
Maybe not the girl, but the boy.
No, the girls get treated like servants. Like they grow up like early in
Yeah.
Muslim houses. The girls get treated like
25,
yo.
and you don't know how to drive a car yet? You had, 9 years to learn how to drive?
Even
So boys
even,
to men.
Even that, even aside from you can't do basic functions.
Throughout the garbage.
Just stupidness like that. Like think Muhammad Sallallahu used to fix his clothing and used to do stuff in the house. Like he wasn't treated like that by his wives like that. He did stuff. He helped in things. He did things. He prepared food.
Yeah.
No. See, this is where we have a problem because what you have really is an old boy, not a grown man. So then you got to go find a wife for him because the mom's now getting old and she needs someone else to take care of this child. Like this is kind of how it ends up. So now someone else's daughter is saddled with this numbskull, knucklehead. But you know how to make babies though, and then the cycle just repeats itself. Over and over again.
Useless mans with
mans
no
with
plan.
No bumba clod plans. Excuse me. Let's go. If I'm on thin ice, let's dance, dog.
So, no longer a child. So, the thing is that the road is very long. It's a long road ahead.
It's a highway.
It's
Now.
a highway. Raising kids. It ain't easy. I raised 3 almost by myself till I remarried. Alhamdulillah.
Yes, you did.
Rabbil Alameen.
MashaAllah.
You know, and at the same time, we've still been active with the community.
I got daughters. I don't want them to have to raise their husband. That's stupid. Why would I? If that's the case, I'll just take care of them myself, and it'll be what it'll be. Like, you got 2 daughters. You don't want them to have to marry children and have to raise their children.
No.
Raise your husband and your child too. Like, come on, dog.
I've had a few mothers. I've tried to get their sons in my program. And unfortunately, their kids either got stabbed or shot, which is happening, unfortunately.
One died of an overdose. Remember that?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
SubhanAllah. So many. And, the mother said to me after a while, I never thought it would happen this way. I never thought it would happen this way.
Nobody
Well,
thinks
what
it's
way
gonna
did you
happen.
think it would happen? Like you weren't prepared. Like you didn't build your kid up. You never invested any time or money into your kid to go to take a taekwondo class or to do anything. You just sat around the house and watched you. So how can a young boy become a man when his father's not there? When he's looking to his mom to teach him how to become a man, it's impossible.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
And actually, and I've seen with my own eyes over the years a lot of feminine qualities come into the men. I'm not saying that all of them are bad. Learning how to cook and clean and be empathetic and sympathetic, all that is good.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you go on the street and you have a young boy and he can't protect you, can't look after you, can't do nothing.
He got more shoes
and,
than his sister.
He
got every ball shoe available.
Sometime in the street, you might not get shot or stabbed, but sometimes people, their jaws get spun every day, brother. And this is sad because the mom can't really take the boy from boys to men.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
So basically, brother, would have been able to see the main three things that I believe that our community needs to work on. We're not talking about the Islamic side, but this is part of the Islamic side, is wealth building. This generation and next generation.
Absolutely.
The importance of education, secular and religious.
Yep.
That's number 2.
Yep.
And point number 3, which some people might say is point number 1, knowledge of self. Your self-worth and the knowledge to become better self-help.
Yep.
Can you mention anything about those 3 things? Wealth, education, and knowledge of self, Sheikh.
Yeah, I think that we need to be more independent in terms of wealth building. We need to have people that can mentor us on how to actually build profitable businesses for these kids.
Absolutely.
And for us too. Like this is
Absolutely.
something for speakers as well, because we're out here pushing the dawah all the time, and
Trying.
we've been out here 2 decades, man. At least I have.
Trying.
And you've been out here longer than that, trying, inshallah.
Trying.
Like being independently wealthy and being a part of something is important. I mean, we spend a lot of money on building buildings.
We try to build Muslim brands, but the Muslims don't want Muslim brands.
We need to build up our brothers so that
Yeah.
this kind of stuff is taken care of.
Yep.
As for knowledge of self, what was the second one? Yes, third one. What's the second one?
Education.
Education.
Secular and religious.
Secular. There needs to be a balance.
Yeah.
You need to live. You need to build your akhirah, which is your Islamic part of it, but you also need to live here.
La
You
tansa
can't-
nusibaka min ad-dunya.
Exactly. Don't forget your portion of this world. So you
That's right.
can't have people that memorize the entire Quran and memorize all of Bukhari and that's fine, mashallah.
Yeah.
But they don't know nothing about the world around them
No.
at all.
No.
Right? So they say weird statements. And I don't want to
They don't know how to balance their checkbook.
There's no balance. Like there's no balance. Or you have someone who, mashallah, he has a PhD in engineering and a PhD in this and a BA in that, but can't lead the salat.
Yeah.
There needs to be a balance between the two. You need to have people like Albani and people like that, Ibn Taymiyyah, who knew philosophy and who knew these things, who wasn't blinded by them because he still had knowledge of his deen, but knew about the world around him. People
right.
like that who knew about their surroundings and didn't just... They studied the Lord of the worlds, but they also studied the world around them.
They all had some hard skills and some soft skills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they knew balance. It was a
Carpentry
balance.
or watchmaker.
Sure. نحن أمة وسطا. We are the middle nation, so that's important. And then knowledge of self. Who are you?
Yeah.
How are you in terms of what you know?
Yeah.
Who are you? What are your skill sets and what are not your skill sets?
Yeah.
Not everyone with a PhD is appropriate to run the masjid.
That's right.
Just because you have a doctorate in business doesn't necessarily mean that you're good at running the masjid.
Yeah.
Just because you memorize the Quran doesn't necessarily mean
What
you're
is
gonna
that,
teach me
brother?
business.
Plumbing, heating, and drains. PhD.
Could be.
Plumbing, heating, and drains. Don't laugh.
Poor
the
hung-
people that are plumbers,
poor, hungry, and desperate.
heaters, and drains, they make lots of money.
Yep.
You'd be shocked.
They do actually.
I had to
Quite a
get
bit.
my toilet and my and I had to get my what do you call it, bathtub fixed. And the amount of money we had to put out to get those guys, bro. Oh
Yeah, they
man,
get paid
they
cake,
get
though.
paid money,
They
bro.
get more cake than Dunkin'
For an
Donuts
hour
out here.
work.
But that's the thing. So understand that there's a balance.
There's a
Knowledge
balance.
of self.
Yeah.
How do you know who you are? Do you know that Allah doesn't make mistakes?
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Where are you
here?
going?
Where are you going?
Where are you headed?
And where have you come from?
Yeah.
How to benefit that. And all these 3 things are important. And I think that workshops on all 3 are good. And teaching these young brothers, like that's what I told one brother who came out of Medina University.
Yeah.
And he had started a brand and you know, mashallah, doing his thing. I'm not going to mention names. I don't
Allah
normally
help
do
him.
that. May Allah help him and us.
Ameen.
But I said you need to teach the brothers who are coming out of that school
Yeah.
how to do that.
Absolutely.
So that they're not, like, you know, you
Medina bots. That's what
not
we
only
call
that,
it.
but you're not like just waiting on people to maybe give you something, like shake hands and assalamu alaikum and put a 20 in your hand like that. Like you're not waiting for that. You have your stuff.
Some
set
other
up.
skills.
You have some other skills so that you can actually earn a living. I mean, we've done it all. I've sold perfume and watches and everything in the streets out here.
Yep.
It is what
Hustling
it is.
and bustling.
Hustling and bustling.
Yep.
And that's what you need to do. And worst comes to worst, I do that again. You know, it is what it is. But we need these skills to pay the bills.
Yeah.
We need the skills to pay the bills.
Yeah.
As well as the dawah ability to. You need to be balanced in both, inshallah.
So here, brother, we're talking about self-help. Many people, they claim that they need help, but if they don't help themselves, if they don't want to make the initial change, no matter how much help, if they, for instance, if you're drowning in the sea and a helicopter comes with a rope, you got to grab the rope.
Yep.
No matter if a boat comes and it throws the rope, you got to grab the rope.
Grab the rope.
You know?
But some people just want to swim. They don't need the rope. I don't need the rope. And they just keep swimming until they get tired. And then they drown. And
Where's
they
the help? Where's the help?
Where's the rope? Well, the rope was here. It's not here anymore.
Well, that's why the Prophet said, إِذَا قَالُوا الرَّجُلُ حَلَّكَ النَّاسِ فَهُوَ أَهْلَكُهُم. That the man who says that the people are destroyed, he's destroyed them or he's destroyed himself.
Yep.
So this is the thing is that the man is drowning. Don't criticize the people that are drowning. Throw them the rope, but they have to want to grab the rope to get the help first. After you get them to shore, then you can counsel them, then you can advise them, then you can give them the siha. If you want to jaw at them at that time, then you can do that. But you got to save the people first, but they want to be saved.
Isn't it a thing where the people say that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink?
Yes.
That's an old time.
Now you can make them drink. Because, see, before they used to give them sugar cubes. Now they put one salt cube in there with the sugar, and then that'll make the horse drink. So you got to sweeten it up or sour it up a little bit.
But people, it's a bit more. You have to like make it so that. Remember, we did a program in the Masjid out in the east side of Toronto years ago. We had wrestling and football and milkshakes and like we need to have this where
they said it's the best program that they've ever had for the youth.
Yeah, but they didn't bring us back no more.
The masjid themselves didn't invest in it. It was the parents who invested in it.
Yeah.
And since then we've never been invited. But yet we worked with 80 kids that day, and they said it's the best program that they've ever had.
And this is the thing. It's the part where it's fun a little bit, and it's also the part where they learn something. It's
play,
not just
and pray.
Yeah, it's not just jokes and clowning and acting up. It's a little of that, but it's also substance. Where I think you gave a lecture, I gave one,
yeah. And then you wrestled 5 guys blind.
I wrestled 5 or more. I don't even know how many it was.
Yeah.
And then
the kids played ant football.
And then they played ant football, and we made milkshakes and banana shakes and stuff
at
the end. And it was a lot of fun. And it's like, okay, but the thing sometimes it's like the older generation, and may Allah bless them. It's not a knock on them. They don't really understand that because
connection.
A lot of times they come from places where you do what you're told, and you don't ask questions, and that's it. But here, it ain't like that. In the UK, in America, and Canada, it's not like that. Here, you ask questions. A lot of questions over and over again. And that's how it kind of works over here.
Content is crucial, but connection is key.
Yep, absolutely.
So we need the content, and alhamdulillah, we've been given the content. But if you can't connect to make the kids reflect, then they're going to reject everything.
Yep.
Allah understand.
Allah help us. So this is the kind of things that we need, and you know, Mihrab Center needs your support. Islam by Touch needs your support. Everybody needs your support.
Yeah.
It is like get involved. There's no end to the organizations that are doing stuff, and Allah presents opportunities to people.
Yeah.
And eventually those opportunities will stop.
Yeah.
And then the ropes will stop. There's a lot of ropes now, and the ropes will stop because eventually, if the people don't support it, then how can it move?
Yeah.
Allah has given us an opportunity and the ability to be a part of this. So let's try and do something, inshallah. Whether it be Mihrab Center, whatever it is that y'all support, but support something, that's doing something.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. And like building domes and building minarets and none of that's going to really help you.
Yeah.
The message should look nice. They shouldn't be dirty and messed up and mashed up. But, spending $50,000 or $100,000 on a dome.
What does my sign say behind your head, Sheikh?
I don't know.
The masjids are built. Now help us build the people.
Help us build the people.
The masjids are built. Now help us build the people.
You want me to look back there?
No, but you know what's back there, Sheikh.
I didn't know what it said. I wasn't sure if you have different sign up or not.
No.
But this is important. Mentorship and all these different things. Having a big brother, big sister program. I don't know if they have that anywhere else.
We used to have that, a lot of that.
We had it too.
Big ach, big ucht.
Big brother, big sister. Where you would take a youth and mentor him or her.
Yeah.
We focus on the brothers. Y'all focus on brothers, I should say.
Yep. Yep.
But
Definitely.
there should be groups focused on the sisters too.
Yeah.
They need it as well.
Yeah.
Because now, I mean, the sisters are they're growing up, and they're the ones that are learning how to do everything.
Yep.
And not to say that they shouldn't learn that, but cooking isn't exclusive.
No.
Cleaning isn't exclusive.
No.
If making a mess isn't exclusive, then cooking shouldn't be exclusive. Or being hungry isn't exclusive.
Yeah.
Right? You get hungry, why you gotta go home? Right? Why you gotta cook by yourself?
So is the word empowerment empowering?
It is. Only if it's applied, though.
The principles always work if you always work the
Principles.
principles.
It's like when they say knowledge is power. Knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power.
تطبيقها.
Yep.
Application.
Application.
Execution.
You could have
of
the
knowledge.
nicest power cord in the world. You know,
Yeah.
these power cord.
Yep.
It could be like have insulation of all this metal and be the nicest, shiniest power cord in the world, and with the nicest lawnmower
Yeah.
in the world, or the nicest vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
Vacuum cleaners, you know, it is what it is. It's a robot, you know, thing that moves around the house. But if you don't plug it into the wall or charge up the battery, then it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's just going to be there.
Anyways, I just wanted to give a shout out. There's some brothers, unfortunately, their children have been murdered recently. May Allah make things easy for our brothers that are going through that. It's happening not in just one city, but actually all over the place. May Allah make things easy for the Muslims that are suffering. And also the Muslims that are oppressing one another. You know, we tell you to fear Allah Azza wa Jal because Yawm al-Qiyamah is coming. And you're going to be accountable for your deeds. And Sheikh, we've been spitting now for about 31 minutes. So
That's fun.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying myself.
So if you want to just conclude, Sheikh, and then, you know, boys to men, sometimes all they need is a friend.
Well, that's it. And don't, you know, welcome people into the masjid when they come.
Yeah.
Don't assume because they don't look like you or they might have something haram that they're there. At least they're there maybe to get rid of that.
Yeah.
You don't know. Like, you don't know why someone's in the masjid. You don't know.
Yeah.
So if you see something like that, don't just run up to them and give them problems, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, welcome people. Ahlan wa sahlan. One of the things I learned about the Christians when I was a kid, I couldn't disagree with... I could disagree with them, but I couldn't dislike them. Because they'd always be welcoming to us. You come in, they got cake, they got juice, they got everything for you. And then when they see someone who's a bit more charismatic or a bit more, you know, has these leadership qualities, they'll pull you aside and say, you know, Jesus loves you.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, wow, he loves me?
But there used to be a time when we would actually go to the mosque and we would get salams back, Sheikh. We don't get salams back.
Well, this
now.
is, I mean, even, yeah.
We don't even
that's
get
a new,
we don't even get ahlan wa sahlan no more.
That's a new thing. That's a new thing for some reason. I'm seeing a lot of that where you say salam alaikum to people and they don't return it to you. That's a new, you know, you turned me on to that and I didn't notice it before. And that's the basic right of the Muslim. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Even just wa alaikum salam is good.
Yeah.
Even that, wa alaikum salam. Assalamu alaikum, kayful hal. Assalamu alaikum,
Mashallah.
alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum, how are you, brother? From
Where-
the same, I
where
remember
have
I
you
gave
been,
salam
brother?
to one brother 4 different times and he didn't return it. And I got real mad because that's real offensive.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, like, you're not returning my salam, why?
Yeah.
Because I'm a Gora, why?
Yeah.
Because I'm a Adan, why? Mzungu,
Yeah.
because I'm
Alaikum
Abiyat,
salam
white,
wa rahmatullahi
blind,
wa barakatuh.
A'ma. Why you're not giving me back the salams? Like, I really get mad
Yeah.
behind that.
People are saying salams to us. Sheikh.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Yeah.
See, that's cool.
Simple.
If y'all could type it, for sure you can say it.
Afshar
So,
salam bainakum.
that's it. And you're
That's
you're
it.
not even just saying a greeting. You know, who is as-salam?
Allah.
Allah is as-salam.
Yeah.
So when you say assalamu alaikum, you're saying that may Allah, the peace that can only come from Him,
Yeah.
be upon you. It was a greeting that was taught by Allah to Adam. It'll be the greeting of Jannah, and it should be our greeting all the
Ameen.
time. You know?
Ameen, ya
And
Rabbal
then you say like "What's up" and all that other cool stuff. But first, let it be the salams. It's very simple. So these kind of stuff, when someone new is in the masjid, let her have a tattoo on her eye. You know, may Allah help her with that. May let her come without the hijab. And may Allah help her with that. Let the people come, and then you teach them when they're there,
Yep.
because at least they're there. At least.
Actually,
no
the
one's perfect.
actually the whole tattooing thing. Actually, there's many Muslim tribes, many Bedouin tribes, many African tribes, many Arab tribes that they have tattoos for thousands of years up until now, and nobody says nothing. I've
Yeah.
met Muslims from northern Nigeria, different
Sure.
places. They got all kinds of tattoos.
They have nose rings
and,
too.
and people from Yemen, they got all kinds of tattoos. So
Yep.
I'm not saying that tattoos is halal or anything like that. But if someone had a tattoo before and then they came into Islam, alhamdulillah, they're in Islam now. Allah
You know-
erases away everything from that.
There was a brother who was new in Islam when I was new, just roughly a little bit after me. And he came into Islam and he took his Shahada, and mashallah. And the brother said, because I used to call his house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I used to call him, and this girl used to answer all the time. You know, and I'm like, all right, what's up? Is my brother there? And he would come by on the phone. So I used to ask, because I was very naive. I'm like, yo, tell your sister I said, what's up? Like, your sister. Because I kind of got to think of her as his sister.
Yeah.
So I'm naive. I don't know nothing. So the brothers pulled me aside one day, and they said, it's not his sister. You know that. It's his girlfriend. So I'm like, wow, that's his girlfriend. You know, mashallah. Like, he's a Muslim. And we pulled the brother aside one day, and we told her, this is, after we knew him for a while. He was praying with us. He was learning Quran with us. He was doing all kinds of stuff with us. And he brought us to his house. The girl took Shahada, and
Mashallah.
we got them married to each other.
Mashallah.
Because he grew a little bit.
Yeah.
If I tell you right away,
Haram.
he's going to have to choose between Allah. He's going to think he has to choose between Allah and his girlfriend.
Yep.
And you love your girl.
Yep.
You should love Allah more, but you don't know Allah like that yet.
Yep.
So let the people grow a little bit. Let them grow. Like, if someone comes in and they're not wearing hijab, like, at least let them learn how to pray. At least let them learn who Allah is. At least let them learn.
Win their hearts first. Yeah.
You know, win their hearts.
Yeah.
That's what the Christians do, and that's why they convert many of us all over the world, because they win the hearts. Allah Musta'an. It is what it is. You have to win the hearts too. Muhammad Sallallahu used to do that.
Yeah. Allah guide us. Sheikh, we're at the end here, so anyways, we had some questions that come up, but they're not worth even engaging, inshallah.
Really?
I'd like to thank everybody. No, I'll tell you later. Inshallah, I'd like to thank my brother Abu Hafsa for coming here today, and I'd like to thank you, brothers and sisters, for watching. Mihrab Center for Youth, Dawah Dynamics, and Islam by Touch.
Yes, sir. IslamByTouch.com.
Inshallah, my brother. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Can you stop it?
Yeah.
Just says stop
At
broadcast.
Amados_06.
Yeah, we got one question, one guy.
Portrait. Stop broadcast
The guy
button.
asked, are we with